a shout out to Omnibud Cafe for picking us as the YouTube channel for the month of February, guys. Check out Omnibud's Cafe on Facebook, and let's get started. What's up, guys? It's David coming at you with the weekly release for this kind of like the first week of March, last week of February, kind of in between. I don't like these in between. I like it when I'm like, oh, it's right in the time. But this week is amazing. I know last week we had death metal and I was excited for this. But this week, man, both big companies came out swinging for the fences. And we got some other, or another independent book that also looks really, really cool. Let's go ahead and start with Marvel, as always. And they came out with two omnibuses that I'm excited for both. The first one we're going to look at is Ultimate X-Men Volume 2. We finally have it. If you were collecting Volume 1, which I believe came out like last year, maybe late a year before that, they've been taking out a lot of the Ultimate stuff, which is great. Again, my memory, my core memories of comics are Ultimates. So seeing this, Ultimate X-Men Volume 2 is great. So we have the standard right here, the spine, and the back. Very cool. I like that. And then we have the DM right here, spine, and back. And my pick for this one is definitely going to be the DM. I like it. It's, to me, the team looks nicer. Now, the drawing over here is great as well. Don't get me wrong. David Finch, I think, does this one, and it's amazing. But I just like this one. And I think the logo pops out more here. But looks really cool. Let's take a look underneath the dust jacket. You definitely saw the first look on this one that I took out. And, oh, yeah, they're coming out from the X-Wing? No. X-Wing? Is it called the X-Wing? The Blackbird? The X? Yeah. Anyway, they're coming out of it, and they just look ready for action. That's awesome. So definitely check out the first look on that one so you can see more in-depth on it. And, of course, the early 2000s art style is prevalent on here. Looks great. Quality is Omni standard for Marvel, and actually Marvel more than DC. DC's kind of come down a little bit, but cool. So that one is the first of the omnibuses from Marvel. The second, and the one that I'm most excited for, is another Ultimate Universe story, and we are looking at Ultimate Spider-Man, Death of Spider-Man Omnibus. I already took out a first look on this one, and I went over it, but definitely one of the most impactful stories that just punches you in the gut, and to see him coming all the way this way for the Ultimate Spider-Man. Great covers, and great covers. Listen, great covers. This standard right here, easily far and above one of my favorites. It just it captures that moment. Anyway, the front is spine, and the back of the standard, and then the DM has the Sinister Six front, spine, and the back. Again, it's great, but this one just, oh man, this one's amazing. Both spines together, so you can see that as well. And let's take a look underneath the dust jacket for this one. We have this action pose or action spread of like the Avengers, Ultimates, whatever you want to call them, coming at you. Spider-Man's in there. That was his dream. I want to be an Ultimate. Oh! So that looks great. Let's take a look a little bit on the inside. Again, the first look has more in-depth on it, but this just kind of shows you a little bit of what's going on with it. And the story that, ended this Spider-Man, but also started the amazing character, which is Miles Morales. So very cool. All right, so that is it for Marvel. Now we're going to go ahead and go with DC. They have some really cool books, starting off with a hardcover of the Night Terror. This is the third one, I believe, and it's called Nocturnal Creatures. Another hardcover. So if you've been collecting these, the event from last year of 2023, this is the third one. They're hopefully take out an omnibus collecting all of it, but these hardcovers are really cool. Let me show you the front of it. Spine and the back. And then the back has that, the skulls are, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a glossy aspect on there for skulls, but the rest of it is like a matte. But it looks really cool. This is a really, really nice artwork for the cover. All right, and then I know people always want to see the flaps. This one has really freaky pictures, especially with night terrors. Like one is, this is, what's her name? Punchline. And then we have Satana over here being like turned into a zombie or something. Very cool. All right, and underneath the dust jacket, please. Yes, we have another of the skulls. Ooh, look at that. Now we had it on last week too, where it had a brighter green with the Green Lantern one. This one's like a more like a forest green army. You know, that's yeah, very nice. And again, let me know what you think of this event. I know we had like the Dark Crisis as well. They took out the hardcovers of them and then the tied-in events. The Night Terrors is the next one. So let me know what you thought about this event, and do you recommend it for somebody? Like, is it a good one-off story? Does it really impact the entire, main universe? So very cool. And then also from DC, two really cool books. The first is a reprint of 0 Hour Crisis in Time Omnibus. If you collect the main events of DC, which I believe they started off really like, they have some of the best ones. Crisis on Infinite Earth, Identity Crisis, Final Crisis. This one is 0 Hour Crisis in Time. So, I for sure feel like their events were really impactful, really like resonant with the entire multiverse. And yeah, 0 Hour, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one. Ooh, no, 0 Hour. Ooh, there's so many. But here we go. Let me show you the front of it. Spine. I'm just trying to remember. And the back. Like, who's the main bad guy on this one? And then underneath it, I'll show you the flaps as well. Oh, this is cool. It says on the dust jacket, it says, it's over, it's all over. It's over, your time is over, all time is over. And then the 0 Hour. So very cool. Very ominous. Ooh. Oh, and then this spread. Dang. Look at that. Bro. Very cool. Like, I feel like, especially from all the crises, this one's kind of lower tier. It's not top tier like Infinite Crisis or Crisis on Infinite Earths or, stuff like that. Just because that one, like, the Anti-Monitor, I know that, obviously. Superboy Prime, I remember that one immediately. This one, I don't remember who this bad guy is. So, sorry if you're a DC fan and like, hey, it's this one. This is that. All right, cool. Hey, cool your jets, bro. Listen, I'm trying to remember. So, let's go ahead and take a look a little bit on this one. I'm going to do a first look on this one as well. So, if you saw it already, hopefully, you'll get to see more in depth. But I think this is the biggest book for this weekly release. It is a lot of content in this one. Very cool. So yeah, check out the first look if you want a more in-depth look of it. And then last but definitely not least, it's probably one of the most exciting stories I'm excited for from Batman. We are looking at Absolute Dark Knight. This is so cool. If you are a fan of Batman, then you of course know the Dark Knight story. Frank Miller makes a dystopian Batman story of him being older and having to fight in a Gotham that's basically gone to the villains. And, it's kind of, they've made so many movies. Almost, even the Zack Snyder Batman is kind of based on him, of course. We have the whole Batman vs. Superman where, he fights him. So it's very much based on that Batman. So, and I, of course, love the Absolute Editions. I think it's always the best format for comics just because they put so much time into it, and it's a bigger format. I love it. So this one looks great. Let me show you to it. So you have, it kind of looks like it's upside down, but it's not. It's just her falling. So you have the front, of course, him like that. This is the spine of the slipcase. And then I'm going to call it the other side is Robin, and it's upside down, so she's falling. Yeah. If it's a her, yeah. If you read the story, of course. So it's really cool. I was kind of confused when I opened it. I thought it was this way. Nope. It's this way, for sure. And then of course the book like that. Let me show you the book once you take it out of the slipcase. Oof, you have Robin, of course, there. Now, the same picture, just in color. Of course, the black and white spine. And then this one. Ooh, I like that with the red. It looks really cool. So just to compare it a little bit, you have the black and white, and then you have the color on the actual dust jacket. And then on the other side, you have that as well. Very cool. And then inside the dust jacket, now the flaps are, of course, blank, just black. But you have probably the most iconic, I want to say, arguably the most iconic picture of Batman ever. Is him jumping with the cape in the back and the lightning behind him, like basically highlighting him, painting him in this dark light. Arguably one of the most iconic drawings of Batman ever. So instantly, like I said, I think it's one of the most defining stories of Batman. And look at that on the flaps, the inner pages. So of course, an absolute. So there's high quality pages. They're thick, semi-gloss. They look great. Definitely checking this one out on a first look so you can see it. But man, this story is so good. I really do enjoy it. And of course, this one has you know, follow-up stories along with it. Does that one include in this? I'm not sure, but I'm gonna find out. But very cool. This is awesome. I'm really excited for this one. To add it to the collection here of the absolutes that we have. And like I said, it definitely belongs up there with Court of Owls, stuff like that. For Batman, his stories that just kind of define him. Hush, I would say, is another great story. Just kind of highlights the character of Batman. So very cool, excited for this one. And then last but not least, from Clover Press, we have a new book. This one is MK Ultra, Sex, Drugs, and the CIA. Now, this is a really interesting book. It's hardcover size, but if you see it, it has that like 3D glasses, like red and blue aspect to it, because it actually comes with 3D glasses. Spine and the back. And as you can see right here, the 3D glasses are there. So I'm going to do a first look so you can see a little bit more of that. And there's definitely panels on here that you need the glasses for. So it kind of goes kind of like a amazing journey into the most secretive and controversial government experiments in history. Very cool. So if you're a fan of the conspiracy theories and definitely unique art styles, this is one that you're going to want to check out. But there you go, guys. That is the weekly release for this first week of March. And I'm telling you, this week was a great week. If you're a DC fan, if you're a Marvel fan, man, amazing stories, heart-pounding or heartstring-pulling stories, amazing action stories, team stories. You got everything here. I mean, what's not to like? So let me know what you're going to get. Definitely check these out at Organic Price Books, guys. And I will see you in the next one.